Hi, YouTube. It's Kim. I'm back. I wanted to talk about self-love today. I know that sounds so woo-woo. I know. I know. I get it. um, but self-love really was what helped me just be in love with this journey that I'm on. I used to absolutely hate the journey of being like having psoriasis and just dealing with all of the shame and insecurity that comes along with that. And what happened was I was dealing with that for a very long time. I'm sure you all relate because it's a disease that is on the outside for everyone to see. And that just brings about such feelings of not enoughness, right? Like just we are not worthy, we are not lovable with this on our skin. We are like scarred and people will think differently of us and just not feeling like you are enough in this world. And I got psoriasis when I was 19, and I pretty much felt that really badly up until my mid 30s. And then I'm 44 today, but when I was in my mid 30s, I found myself just feeling a bit extra devastated about having this disease, like having this thing on my skin. I made it mean that I wasn't lovable. If anyone knew or saw it, forget about it. I would feel like I was going to die, like literally. Just the shame was too much to bear. So one day I was on my bathroom floor and I just found myself sobbing and asking the universe, like, why? Why me? Why? What is this trying to teach me? What is this doing for me? Like, why do I have this? And I just not like a voice spoke to me. It was more like just an inner knowing that said, you have to learn how to love yourself with or without this disease. Like whether there's spots on your skin or not, you have to learn to love yourself anyway. And that message was just so loud and clear. I heard it in my gut. I felt it in my body. I just immediately knew it was right. And then I thought, well, how? How do I love myself? If I've never loved myself, I've only given myself hatred and negative words and negative emotion towards this ailment. Like, how all of a sudden do I love myself? How do you turn that around? And I just, I was so exhausted after sobbing that day. I just let it go. And then soon after that, I didn't even have to go looking for the answer. Soon after that, the universe showed me. It showed me. I asked how, and then a few days later, I got introduced to this vet who ended up helping me heal my dog through food. So by cooking for my dog, all of these healthy foods like salmon and chicken, organic and wild caught, lots of vegetables, just lots of alkaline foods. After cooking like that for my dog who was like pretty much on death's door, not only healed, but healed like he was like a 6-month-old puppy all over again. And I saw how much food changed his whole being. And I thought, wow, what can food do for me? And then I started Googling psoriasis. I had never thought to Google the word psoriasis before, and food. And oh my gosh, there's like a plethora of information out there. So I just became obsessed with watching every video, every documentary, reading every book. And I just started reading all this stuff about food. And then I incorporated that into my life and I healed my psoriasis. It was gone after 1 year of eating alkaline foods and incorporating self-care into my life. It was gone. So, self-care, self-love, it looks so differently for everybody. And it's not like all of a sudden you wake up one day and you love yourself. No, it's a journey forever. I'm always forever for the rest of my life going to be learning how to love myself. It just feels a little easier now more than it doesn't. Like it used to feel very hard every single day. And now it feels a little easier because I know the psoriasis doesn't define me. I know if I fall off the wagon and the psoriasis returns because of something I ate or because of, maybe I'm having a really stressful week, I know the path to getting back to clear skin. Like, I know I just have to give myself a little extra self-care, a little extra healthy foods. Like, I know that's what I need to do. And it's always going to be a journey. So self-care literally looks different for everybody. For me, a lot of it is up here in my thoughts and just thinking more positively, saying loving things to myself the way I would to other people. How often, sorry, there was something on my screen. How often do you speak so beautifully and loving to your friends and family, but when it comes time for you to say that to yourself, like it doesn't even occur to you to do that, right? We need to do that for ourselves. We need to give ourselves that love just the way we give it to others. So some days I'll like thank my body. I'll tell it how grateful I am that it's healing. I'll just try to think of grateful things. I'll pray in the shower sometimes. Like I'm not a religious person, I'm more spiritual, but like I'll just pray. Like praying has become a part of my morning self-care routine. And I just ask for whatever I need that day, whether it's clarity, whether it's motivation to eat healthier, like whatever it is, I'll just ask for it. And it always helps. It always makes me feel better. I also love taking walks, and I love cooking. I love having more time to like cook and spend with my family and spend with my niece and nephew and my husband. And so to me, that's self-care. That's self-love. Giving my husband a hug every morning, that's my self-care. I need that to feel good. And the reason why we take care of ourselves is for exactly that reason, to feel good. So if we're feeling good, we're producing all of these positive emotions in our body that are literally filling up and saturating our cells with positive emotion. If it's opposite, if we're complaining all the time or just constantly pointing out the negative, our cells are going to be saturated with negative, toxic emotions, and that's going to make us sick. So that whole saying, what we talk about, we bring about. You get what you expect. It's true. What we put out is what we get back. So it's so important, at least for me in my self-care, and what I've physically noticed in my skin is that when I'm putting love out there more, and when I'm giving love to myself more, which means being gentle with myself, which means if I'm stressed and unhappy, I need to have a conversation with me to figure out, okay, what is this really about? Why am I upset? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel that way? Okay, what is that really about? Because it might seem like it's about this surfacey situation, but in actuality, it might be something that you're still dealing with from your childhood. That happens to me all the time. I wonder why with work and things like that, sometimes I have these moments where I feel stupid. And I know exactly what that's from. It's from me growing up being told here and there that I'm stupid. So we carry these things around with us and we don't even realize they're so in our subconscious, and they affect us and they trigger us from time to time. But in those moments, we have to give ourselves love. It's like the only thing that we can do to make it better, to be able to soothe ourselves. Look, I know it's not easy. It's like the hardest work in the whole world is to love ourselves. It's hard. It's very necessary for healing. And I've seen physical difference in my skin when I was eating tremendously clean at one point. It was like a 4-month period where I was eating so clean. I was depriving myself of so many things I wanted, and I was really sticking to it. I was like, nope, my skin's going to clear up again. I got to eat like this, blah, blah, blah. Do you know that my skin wasn't clearing up? And it was because I was so super stressed out at work. My husband was like, well, you're eating clean, but like you have all this stress. And I'm like, you're right. The two go hand in hand. So, you can't have clear skin if you're, doing one thing and not another. You have to be finding balance among it all. So I just wanted to leave you with this message that maybe, to sit down and think about like, what does taking care of you mean to you? What does that look like for you? Is it exercise? Is it spending more time with family? Is it, taking long showers in the morning and just letting, the water hit your back? Because the second you get out of that shower, your day is done. Your kids are bothering you, needing things from you. Your work needs you. It's not about you anymore as soon as you get out of that shower, like whatever it is for you. Sometimes I used to sit down and make a list of all the things that make me feel good. Because when you're aware of all those things that make you feel good, it'll be much easier to do those things when you have 5 minutes here and there. It doesn't have to be, self-care doesn't have to be a 2-hour long process. It can be 5 minutes, just to give yourself a little love and nourishing that day. 5 minutes. So keep up your self-care. It's just as important as food. The two go hand in hand completely, I promise you. I've experienced it. I see it in my skin all the time. So this week, I promise I'm going to keep up with my self-care. I'm going to have extra conversations with myself. I'm going to say extra loving things to myself. I'm going to keep praying in the shower for whatever it is I need that day. And I'm encouraging you to do that right along with me. Let's come up with ways together to love ourselves. Let's just comment below if you have any ideas, any small little tips. Please share them, because I feel like we all are on this journey of loving ourselves together, and we all could use some helpful tips on how to do that. Okay, everyone have a great day. Thanks.